Welcome to Win the Day from Back to the Bible. I'm your coach, Pastor Nat, and today we will talk about the resurrection of Jesus. What would you do if you came to a gravesite of a loved one only to find it empty? I would probably freak out. I mean, you'd think that there were grave robbers, and if that was true, how weird, how creepy. But what if you noticed that the casket was open and there were the clothes lying as if the person simply evaporated through them? You wouldn't know what to think. Well, some of Jesus' closest friends will have to make sense of a situation a lot like this. Here's what John records in John chapter 20, beginning in verse 1. Now on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb early, while it was still dark, and saw that the stone had been taken away from the tomb. So she ran and went to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one whom Jesus loved, and said to them, "They have taken the Lord out of the tomb, and we do not know where they have laid him." It's Sunday, 3 days after the horrific flogging and crucifixion of Jesus. They prepared the body, laid him in the tomb, and sealed it with a large boulder. It's Sunday morning, and Mary Magdalene is going to see the tomb. Now, the other Gospels record other women coming early in the morning, but Mary must have set out before the others. She comes to the tomb, and to her surprise, the stone had been taken away. She does exactly what I would do. She runs and goes to tell her friends about what she has found. And what's her conclusion? Someone has stolen the body. Well, what is their response? Let's pick it back up in verse 3. So Peter went out with the other disciple, and they were going toward the tomb. Both of them were running together, but the other disciple outran Peter and reached the tomb first. And stooping to look in, he saw the linen cloths lying there, but he did not go in. Then Simon Peter came, following him, and went into the tomb. He saw the linen cloths lying there, and the face cloth which had been on Jesus' head, not lying with the linen cloths, but folded up in a place by itself. So Peter and John take off for the tomb. But apparently John had been conditioning, so he beats Peter to the tomb. He peeks his head in and sees that the body is missing. But the conclusion that the body was stolen doesn't make any sense, does it? Why doesn't this make sense? Well, listen to what John said in verses 6 and 7. He saw the linen cloths lying there, and the face cloth which had been on Jesus' head, not lying with the linen cloths, but folded up in a place by itself. So here are the linens. They are undisturbed. It's as if Jesus' resurrected body simply passed through the burial linens. And the face cloth was not ripped or thrown on the ground, but instead nicely folded up. If it were grave robbers, the linens would have been stolen with the body or all over the place. But that's not what they find. So how do they respond? This is what it says in verses 8 through 10. Then the other disciple, who had reached the tomb first, also went in, and he saw and believed. For as yet they did not understand the scripture, that he must rise from the dead. Then the disciples went back to their homes. So John goes into the tomb after Peter checks it out. He saw the evidence and he believed that Jesus rose from the dead. But notice that it says that he did not understand Jesus' fulfillment of Scripture. How is this even possible? To be honest, I'm not sure. But what I do know is that Jesus rose from the dead. John believed it, and so do I. So how about you? What is it that you believe about Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection? What impact does your belief have on your life today? I would love it if you would share it in the comments below. Jesus' life fulfilled prophecy. Jesus' death fulfilled prophecy as well. And his resurrection fulfilled the predictions. I believe in Jesus. Do you?